Hi everyone, this is DJ Haley from Haley's Classic Rock Block, and today we're in for a real treat. As you may or may not know, I'm a huge fan of The Who, so today I'm especially excited to speak with Simon Townshend of The Who. Traditionally, when people think of The Who, they think of Roger Daltrey, Pete Townshend, John Entwistle, and Keith Moon. Simon is the younger brother of Pete Townshend and has been the guitarist for The Who for decades. As well as being a member of The Who, Simon has released a series of solo albums and owns a record company in the United States and one in the UK. Simon, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us. It's an honor to speak with you today.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Haley.
Hi. So, last month, The Who released their latest studio album since 2006 called Who. Simon, you wrote my favorite song on the new album called Break the News.
Oh, great. Good. I'm pleased.
It's got like this fresh sound, and it provides a new energy to the album.
Yeah, it's great. It's really worked out well. I don't think the Who have this type of song in Pete, should I say, because Pete's the main writer, my brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if he has this sort of material in his bag. He's got a ton of stuff that he is great at, but this is perhaps more in my bag. So it's worked really well putting it in on the album because it adds a whole new sort of perspective, a whole new side.
It does. I've never heard a Who song sound like this, but I think even, for people like my age, like college students, this is definitely something that'll even get them into the Who if they haven't heard them before,
Oh, yeah, that's what we're hoping. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so what was the inspiration for this song?
Well, some songs kind of write themselves, and this one was definitely one of those. I always wonder whether you get something passed down to you, that you can either use or throw back. It's an old thinking, an old way of thinking about inspiration. And, the line came to me, the melody and the line at the same time of the chorus, and I just immediately recorded it on my phone voice recorder just so I had it, and I worked it straight away. I got straight at it. I didn't delay. I started to record it that day pretty much, or maybe the next day. But it all came together very quickly, and I think that's what makes a great song in some ways, is ones that you don't have to labor too much over.
All right, yeah, that's awesome. And so I guess that leads me to my next question. How would you describe your songwriting process?
Well, it varies because, like with that song in particular, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't playing a guitar or playing piano, so I was just remember I was standing by my desk and suddenly the line came into my head. And I thought, is that somebody else's line or is it mine? And I ended up singing it to a few people and finding out that they hadn't particularly heard it before, anything like it before. So I started to feel that it was mine and it was something that I'd come up with. Refer to the original question again, because I've gone in a circle, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the song itself is kind of inspired by the whole thing is about sort of not really wanting to have to tell the person you love if there's something wrong with you. So that's what it means. It's sort of saying, if you're ever in the position where something serious is wrong, you wouldn't want to hurt the one you love with the information, and that's really what it's all about.
Wow. Yeah. See, now I think that that's great because it's got that personal touch to it, and I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
especially when you get a bit older, when you get a bit older, well, things like that start to creep up on you, and you start to wonder, how long you might have left. I'm 59 now, So
really, you don't look it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
All right. Okay, so, how was your new song chosen to be included on the Who's new album?
It was because I had spoken to Roger about doing some co-writing with him, and I still actually want to do that with him. We've got a plan. We've already got one song that we're kind of working on, another one, and it's something that we wanted to do for a long time. And when the Who said they were going to make, Pete decided he he had enough material to start an album, Roger suggested, and Pete's management as well suggested, that they try one of our joint compositions. Now, we hadn't actually got anything particularly great, but so I presented a couple of my own songs,
Okay.
and this one was chosen. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man, that's really cool. You know, I was actually on a Who Facebook group earlier this morning, and somebody asked me the question, oh, can you ask him if, Roger and Simon have any projects going on? So that's really good to know. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
So
That will be fun. I mean, it's finding time.
yeah.
It really is. That's where, for me, it's okay, but for a guy like Roger, he's so in demand all the time. He's got his charities that he works tirelessly for.
Yes.
He started off the Teen Cancer America, and he before that it was Teen Cancer Trust over here, and they're both thriving and flourishing and earning fortunes. We do many shows for the charity. Like last year, we did a show in, I think, end of last year, and there was the Foo Fighters, Pink, The Who, and it was in a garden in Santa Monica.
Oh, wow.
And somebody's garden, and tickets were sort of $25,000 each, and we raised about $5 million for the charity, and that's what Roger. He's very involved in that.
Oh, that's
He really
wonderful.
is. Yeah. So it's to time down to do writing. It's like, he's just released a book as well, his memoirs. So that kind of took him away from the project of getting the songs together. It kind of took him away from that when he started writing his books.
Okay. So now, like, when you're working with him, you're more focused on the music then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm always, I mean, I'm always thinking forward. I'm always looking forward to the next project and to keeping going and keeping coming up with fresh ideas. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? And trying to hang on to your youth and keeping up with what's out there.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. So, besides your song "Break the News," what's one of your favorite songs on the Who's latest album?
I do like all the music with Fade. I love that, and I think probably "She Rocked My World" is my other favourite. The sort of bossa nova at the end of the album. It's just such a dark sound. Roger's vocals brilliant on it, so I sort of tend to listen to that one mostly.
Yeah. All right. So, are there any fun facts that you can share with us about the making of the new album?
Fun facts. Yeah, the vocals were recorded in one studio, and the music was recorded in another.
Really? Do you think that that's more difficult than just doing everything all in the same studio?
Probably, but we certainly got incredible vocal performances.
Absolutely.
I don't know how it could have been any better than it is. But it maybe makes the process harder because you're constantly exchanging files through the internet and flying them in and then asking for changes and then, et cetera.
Yeah.
It's quite a long process, yeah.
Yeah, see, I really think that you guys hit it out of the park with this new album because, I mean, a lot of these classic rock fans, they don't expect the artists to reach the caliber that they did, back in the day, I guess. But I think that this album is a complete exception of that. It's just amazing.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you like it, and we're really happy with it.
Yeah.
Hope it stays in the chart for a while longer. It's doing pretty well still. So.
It is, and I'm absolutely sure that it will. Now, I'm going to ask you kind of a more of a personal question, more of a story question. Can you tell us the story of how you got your first guitar?
Yeah, but I wanted a guitar that had a Gibson body and a Fender top, front, neck, headstock. I like the actual Fender headstock shape, the Stratocaster shape. And Pete obviously glued bits together and gave me my first guitar.
Oh, wow.
Bits that he'd smashed up. But
Oh.
unfortunately, that guitar was stolen from me years and years ago. I'd love to find it one day.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be a great piece of history to find. That's amazing.
Yeah. But the story's there. That's the truth. I've got there's a picture of me somewhere in one of our local newspapers with me sitting there, and the guitar looks huge.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm so sort of young and small, sitting there with it, 8 years old. That's when I started playing.
Oh, that is cool. I really do hope that you find it.
Oh, I'm not looking. Don't worry.
All right, so last question. Pushing aside your public persona, who are you as a person? How would you describe yourself?
I try to be generous, and I try to be loving. I have to control myself. I've always had a fiery temper, so I work very hard at keeping myself calm and being gentle and slow, and try and do things slowly, because it's in my nature to be like a road runner, and just go and just only look ahead. But that's something in my life anyway.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. That's awesome. That's something that's really good to focus on too.
Yeah, sure.
Simon, thank you again for joining us and for being generous with your time.
Thank you, Hayley. Good luck with your show. It's
Thank
been
you
great
so
to
much.
help and appear. Thank you.
Thank you. You can buy The Who's new album, Who, in stores, on digital platforms, and buy it from The Who's official website. You can see The Who on tour this year in Europe from February through April, various dates in the U.S. from late April through early May, as well as a Vegas residency from May 2nd through May 16th. All official dates and music can be found on The Who's official website, www.thewho.com.